Hello everyone, this is Reagan Ronak, aka Snarl Gaming Productions. Here with a Wii game, and this is it's Cars International, but it's different from the one you're used to. This is a Wii prototype of of Cars International, and there's like several differences. Obviously, the uh, the background is not done yet because it has a placeholder thing right here, and the buttons are not there yet. And yeah, this is actually a nice discovery that people found on Christmas. And yeah, and as I'm recording this, it was 5 days since the prototype was leaked. So yeah, this might have been the greatest Christmas present that anyone could have asked for. So yeah. So this might be the Simon Y of the Cars games, the Simon Y prototype, like Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That was that was like one of the OG prototypes of the Sonic prototype community. Now we have the international beta, and yeah, yeah. There's a few differences, and I've actually made some adjustments myself. And I'm moving the cursor around because I should mention that if you leave the game AFK for too long on the menu, the game will crash and it will just go to 0 frames per second. And yeah. So with that's why I'm moving around the cursor a lot. So the game doesn't, so it won't go AFK while I'm talking. So and also I should mention that if the front end menus actually were working in the prototype, it would act and the front end music was actually programmed in. It would just play the regular Raider Springs music. There's the beta music would not even play at all because they already scrapped that theme probably early on. So anyway, so we should go into arcade mode. And I should mention that the only change I made to arcade mode is add in a few playable characters. The following characters here are usually not here. And before I get into this, I'm probably going to go in save state. This. And there we go, save state. Anyway, so I added a few playable characters to the roster that usually aren't here. So we're gonna jump into a few races in the prototype and just go with whatever whatever races I find more interesting. So let's go and start with Raider Springs Circuit, and there's no expert difficulty, and they already got rid of practice, and there's no there's no expert. There's just rookie, pro, and champion. So yeah. Okay, so let's go into the select screen, and it's gonna take a while. Okay, so as you can see, there's lightning, and if we scroll down, his paint jobs have not been implemented. His paint jobs have not been fixed yet from his prototype from his Cars video game 360 thing. And I think Mater's loading right now, so yeah, and I think we'll need the save state so we can actually get to different places much easier. So let's go to Raider Spring Circuit again, pick champion. Yeah, lightning. So yeah, every single character has their one of their select screen animations as their default. And okay, what's going on? Okay, yeah, there's lightning. Yeah, Mater's here, and Sally. Yeah. The thing about Sally is that she was on the verge of being cut in this build, and her animations are actually her Cars of Video Game Xbox 360 animations. So they were gonna make a new model for her, which is just her Cars of Video Game model for the Wii, but with the Xbox 360 rigging. And she has no localization, as you can see. She just has her code name. Doc is here. Ramon is here. Yeah, Flo is also here. Sheriff is normally not here, but I added him anyway, and it just takes like a few seconds just to add him into the game. Sarge is normally here, so is Fillmore, and so is Luigi. Snarrod, I added him in because it doesn't even take it takes like 5 seconds to add him in. I just need to give him his select SCS thing, so that's good. Goodman has his beta model, and this is one of the very few characters who's kept his beta model in this build. And also the Snarrod flame effects are still are present. They are still present in the final game, well, the final Wii version, but yeah. And Otto has his cursed animations, and he's the only international racer to have his icon fully finalized. But yeah. Also, Koji cracks me up in this build. I mean, look at him. He's just dancing to this stuff. Yeah, and I think they just finished swapping his model from his beta one, as you can see the icon over there, and yeah, they have not changed his animation yet, I don't think, and he still makes that face in the final version of the game, oddly enough. So yeah, yeah, Giovanni, yeah, he has those wide eyes, and they probably finished his they finished swapping his model, and he's shivering right now. So yeah. And yeah, that's his beta model. So we finally got to know what it looks like. Emma's pretty much the same, but she has wide eyes, like I don't even know, but they probably finished swapping her model for her final one. Yuri has his beta model, and that was his bounce animation because those go unused. And there's Mike, who I made playable in actual Major National. So yeah, so let's go. So we're going to ready for Spring Circuit, and let's go with Otto.
Ahaha! You've come for ein autograph?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I already said this, but Otto's the only character who doesn't have and who has his icon basically with his final design. I mean, I think in the icon, if you look closely, it still has his beta paint job for his final model. So Otto basically has more unused stuff, unused designs than any other international racer. Because you got his original beta model, which looks like Shutoroki from Cars 2. Then you got his final design with a different paint job, and then you got the current design, which you're looking at right now. And I should mention that the game is freezing right now because it's loading up the race. However, the loading screens have not been implemented for this stuff yet, so yeah. Oh yeah, and also by the way, they have not replaced the speed with boost yet. So yeah, it's still they still have use speed like in Cars video game in this prototype. Yeah, and of course I made Snarrod basically overpowered because he's even overpowered in this build. So they're planning to make him overpowered right from the very start. Anyway, as you can see, the prototype uses the ATY of story mode because they haven't had randomized opponents in the actual races yet. But they do have them in team relays and race and chase, I think. So yeah, as you can see, hold on, let me turn on the volume of the music so you can actually hear me. And there's no there's no Keith Ferguson voice lines when you do which raise up the dialogue. So yeah, and you cannot change music in between races like you can in the final. So yeah. So the big bit of difference here is that Fletcher's here instead of Philip. And Philip actually has no model in this game, like, at all, and he also has no textures. So he was the final character to actually be finalized in this game. Well, this version of the game anyway, because it's made by a different developer, while the other ones are, and Philip was already created in the Xbox 360 version at this point. So Otto has his beta engine sound. Fletcher's here. Oh yeah, I should mention that the cool folks normally don't play in this prototype, but I modded it in just to have them play. And the way you do it is you replace the excited quotes with cool, because they still use that from Cars of Video Game.
Yo, Benny, check me out!
And also you can hear that even though I'm like 3 seconds ahead of the leaders or the AI opponents, that you can still hear them, like how you can in Cars of Video Game, because this prototype does prove that this game was built on Cars of Video Game, like we kind of figured in the before we even found it, because there's several leftovers from Cars of Video Game which go unused. And as you can see, Otto has the first animations that we saw in that beta video. And he also has beta engine sound, which actually does end up being used in a different game, which is Cars Racer Live, for Speedway Life. So yeah, I'm gonna do one race per area. So I'm gonna race 3 circuits, and then I'm gonna do a Ormond Valley race and a Templeton Pass race. Which one I find the most interesting.
Hey fans, look at me!
And I think the voice lines have already been finalized at this point, and this was when the game developers were. I think this is when the game developers were trying to finalize the game already. Hence why Otto's already in his finalized paint job, while Koji's in his beta one. Also, I'm going to showcase a stadium race, a Lost Bucket race, and two other stuff. Okay, so Fletcher got last, Barry got 4th, Fred somehow got 3rd, and Doc, well, I can understand Doc, he got 2nd, but still. Anyway, time to load up the save state yet again. Let's see, I'm in beta, there we go. Let's go to Rust Bucket Grand Prix. And let's go ahead and pick alright, so let's go ahead and pick I think we're gonna go with Sally on the Telephone Pass race. So yeah. And yeah, and usually when you get to Lightning it takes a while for him to load because I think it's trying to load all the textures at once. But it doesn't eventually get there. So let's go with Yuri. And Yuri doesn't have any select quotes. And I think it was already cut as a playable character because if you go on the loading screen of the demo, it already has 5 international racers, so they probably already cut Yuri from that. And Yuri was originally going to play a bigger role in International, but of course he got cut as a playable character, but he did not get cut entirely. So he went from an international racer to being demoted to just just being a generic Russian car. So yeah. So all the Ormond Valley races basically have the same ATY for all their races, except for this one. This one actually has Goodman in it. And of course he has the prototype thing. So High Speed Heist is playing, and of course I need to turn down the volume so you guys can kind of hear me. I'm just going to keep it like that. So let's go. Alright, so if we go here, we see that there's Goodman. And Yuri has no engine sound for regular races. Yeah, they actually already put in separate engine sounds for the other characters. And yeah, this is Yuri's beta model, so Beta Yuri is real. Oh, shut up, Tia. Nobody likes you. So, Fletcher, Gerald, and Tia are usually here, and Goodman would usually be Luigi, but they already have Goodman in this race. And Goodman is actually one of the slowest characters in this race, which is kind of funny. And Goodman would actually end up being top tier in the as far as playable characters are concerned. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, there's no barriers yet. And if you want to see all the road races, I suggest you watch Callum's video about showcasing all the road races and stadium races. And eventually he's going to do like rust bucket races as when I'm recording this, and probably do every other mode as well. So yeah, you can you can actually I'll link those videos in the description once I upload this video, and I'll update them if there's like any updates to those sort of stuff. I also added these guys into Cars the video game Wii, as well as Cars Racerama Wii too. Whoa. Yeah, some of the collisions not done yet. I mean, this is a prototype, so things are going to be unfinished, most certainly. And I think this has like a default skybox or whatever, so it's not completely done yet. And I think Yuri's tires don't actually move, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, one of the tires doesn't animate. So, obviously, and oddly enough, Yuri is actually more finished than Goodman actually is. Alright, so yeah. I'm going to also showcase like the mini games and other stuff. And if you want to get the menus working for yourself, I think there is kind of a way. I think there will be like a tutorial on how to access the menus for the beta. Because when you actually end up getting the beta, it'll just defaultly take you to it'll just take you to Fillmore's Nature Preserve, and you can select between two other events, Stadium Race 1 and Rust Bucket Race 3. So yeah, and normally you can play as Lightning, Mater, and Otto. I don't know why Otto of all people, but maybe that's why his icon is more finalized than, say, Emma. But, yeah. Yeah, but Emma is the only one who actually appears in all three events, oddly enough. And we won! Yeah, oh yeah, for some reason, Goodman is called Otto in this build, for whatever reason. I think they were just about to swap his name. But yeah, anyway, time to load the save state, and let's go to the upper mine. So let's see. So I said I was gonna be Sally for the whatever Tailfin Pass race we will select, and by golly, we're gonna do that. So let's go and pick Sally with bunny ears. Yeah, Sally. So Sally is basically cosplaying as the Easter Buggy. If you guys ever really get that, it's yeah. And Sally, yeah, and adding Sally to the game takes a hot minute. You just need to make the game acknowledge that she exists. You just need, and she has all of her textures and everything already planned out. And El Guapo and Papo still have their textures and MCF files and animations, but I've not been able to get them into the game yet. And also, Sally does not have a voice in this mod, so I mean, in this prototype, I'm used to playing mods all the time that I keep forgetting prototypes that this is a prototype. Yeah, Sally has no engine sound. It's quite obvious what they kind of scrapped it already. Okay, here's Finn. There's Snarrod, Barry.
Can you dig it? Hey, what do you call that?
Yeah, Finn. Yeah,
You like
and I think the ATY for this race is also finalized, and I think it's finalized in for Louisville Circuit, but not a Canyon Run technically because it's still
what?
not
You
been
trying to
added in
start
yet.
something?
And there's actually a glitch in this race that where if you fall off the map, you instantly go through the fences and buildings and all that. In fact, that glitch is actually still present in the final version of the game. It's harder to pull off. I think it's easier when you play as Snarrod in this build, or in general, because he has all the perfect attitude. In all of the Cars Wii games, and I forgot that I need to turn down the music a bit. Oh yeah, Stone Crows uses the Cars video game version where it doesn't loop properly. And Philip was not really added to the game yet, but yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say, but this is recorded, so you guys will probably know what I was gonna say. And I probably will talk about it eventually. I know that.
Yeah!
So I know Canyon Run was and I think the same races are also finalized. It's just that same race one isn't finalized because it was part of the demo. And then you got Rust Bucket Race 3, which has Emma already. And this card has not been placed yet. And there's no like skybox yet. Look at her. It just looks insane. Yeah, anyway, oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say, that out of all the Wii games I modded for the Cars games, Mayor National is the one I mod the least, because, for the love of Pete, I don't know how to get NPCs without playable data playable. Yeah. But I'm able to mod Mayor National PC, no problem, but it's an odd beast, you know? Some people can mod it well, it's a weird game, I gotta have to say. We'll just leave it at that.
Woohoo! Oh yeah, baby!
And Sally, of course, has her unused has her beta icon that was we already discovered when we looked through the Wii icon through the
right
the finalized Wii version, and yeah. And it does fit with the other beta icons, but not with the finalized icons. Oh yeah, and also gave Snarlot some cool quotes too, because it would be boring. He would be boring to play as without them. But yeah.
Hey Vince, look at me!
And there we go. And Sally does not have any localization, so she's just called Lightning. And how did Snarlot get last? I think he probably fell through some stuff. I don't know. But anyway, time for a save state yet again. Alright, here we go. Let's go to Stadium Race. Let's go to Stadium Race 2. And I'm not sure what I want to play as. I think I'm gonna go with Wii Remote 2 is disabled again. So let's go ahead and go with let's see. I'm going with Luigi.
I love it, the racing.
And he uses his Cars of Video Game animation still. As you can see, that was actually his Cars of Video Game animation of the come over by Luigi's Castatera Tires, home of the Leaning Tower of Tires. Because in the Made National they redid that animation, and yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So I think we are going to stay in race 2, and yeah, of course, and we're gonna, so Rust Bucket, I think I know what I'm gonna do. For Monster Truck Races, I know what to do. And Team Relays, yeah, Team Relays are gonna be a big one, so yeah, stay tuned for that. I think, and I was in a call with Shy Guy Showcases, and I think some of the textures here are actually PS2 textures. I mean, it makes sense, because the Wii's not as powerful as like PS3 or Xbox 360 because it's a more advanced GameCube that's more powerful than the Generation 6 consoles, but is not as powerful as the PS3 and Xbox 360. So yeah. Lenny's here, so is Sonny, Goodman and Otto here too. Yeah, you also have the beta sound effects too, or sounds like a car taking a crap. And the moon is like a JPEG. Oh yeah, Luigi makes the most cursed face ever in this in this build when you're playing as him. So, and it is like this when he's an AI too. So it's not exclusive to him being played as. Oh yeah, and also the points are exactly the same as how they were in Cars video game. 20 points for 1 second power slide, and instead of just adding an extra 0 to it. I wish they kept that format because it gives the game more of a challenge. Because with the new format, it's easy to unlock everything by that point. And I'm probably gonna just touch up upon the mini games a little bit, but not showcase everything. Once again, I think other people who play this prototype, like Hal, will touch up upon the mini games too, and just showcase what they're all like. I mean, this is a beta, so everything pretty much has to be documented as possible.
Why?
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, and of course Koji does a lot more crazy crap than Luigi does. Luigi's just shocked, like he's seen like he's seen what Lightning and Sally do. Well, you know that Guido gets traumatized by Lightning and Sally doing role playing or whatever. But that's kind of what that face reminds me of. But yeah. Yeah, they got rid of the copyrighted music for this build, but I think it's still in the game. Yeah, it is still in the game. It's just not listed. Yeah, as you can see, they're both called Auto, so that's funny. Alright, time for a save state yet again. Load state. And also, Luigi's much more overpowered than he was in the final game, so, yeah. Also, Rust Bucket Race 2, you're going to see some wacky stuff. So we're just going to wait for this. And I expanded the Rust Bucket roster a little bit, so you won't always play as Lightning or Mater. So let's go and play as Goodman.
Tack så mycket.
All right, and he doesn't really have much animations yet, and I'm still trying to find out what the early cutscene was gonna look like with Lightning, Sarge, and Goodman, and see what Goodman's early cutscene animations would have looked like. But you'll see his boosting animation, and it's weird. And it's weird, especially that Goodman is actually much less finished than Yuri was, and Yuri ended up not being playable, while Goodman actually ended up being playable. And of course, Yuri actually reuses Goodman's animations, and they're both compatible with each other, so that's a bit interesting, I guess. Anyway, we're just gonna wait for, here we go. As you can see, the Rust Bucket races are indeed at daytime, and Goodman is just shaking like it's cold. I mean, it's cold right here. Oh yeah, and this build, and since when was the sun made of wood? But anyway, so in this build, Lewis actually has his gloss texture as Cletus, so he kind of looks like Cletus in Rust Bucket Race 3, which he actually appears in. And of course, the Hex were already removed at this point. And yeah, and I don't think Lewis even talks. And I think in the final game, his voice clips are very much different than they were in other versions of the game, and every other character too. So yeah, so Lewis doesn't really speak. And Zeke is the only one whose icon actually made it to the final game by accident, because his beta icon was still used in the Wii version, and his final one actually goes unused, which is hilarious. And I think this is where where you can actually see that screenshot where it had like Beta, Tommy Joe, and Lewis and Cletus, I think. And of course, the sun was basically just a piece of cardboard and whatever. Oh yeah, and Zeke also uses his Cars and Video Game voice clips instead of his Vader National ones. So that's interesting.
It don't get any better than this. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And here we go. Yeah, as you can see, he's just Yeah, funnily enough, he's called Goodman in the select screen, but called Otto here, so something's probably up. They still use the front end. They probably have front end and whatever. They just have front end and in game separated like they do in Cars the video game. But yeah. So anyway, on to the monster truck races. So let's go with the with Monster Truck Waypoint Race 3, which is the easiest one to do. And in this build, they're just called Monster Truck Lightning McQueen, Monster Truck Mater, and just Sully. So they have not finalized the stuff yet. So let's go with Sully. Or actually, let's go with Monster Mater because he has a different paint job. And so does Monster McQueen, but yeah. And look at the stats of Monster Mater. It's like that they knew he was a bad character to play as. Because his handling is, of course, absolute doo-doo. And hot take, by the way, Guido Kart is actually better than the monster truck races in Racerama. Because at least in Guido Kart, you don't have to hear the monster trucks yell like they're scary. I mean, Sully's the only one who's basically like a normal, sane person. I mean, Lightning Mater kind of are, but they're just like acting stuff. And basically, Count Spatula, Crippler, and Ginormous are insane. But yeah, but I think they're just in character or whatever. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, you'll see the funniest stuff. Ginormous actually falls off the map because there's not. And Count Spatula and Crippler they just ran out of talent and just died. And also the speed, and also these gates are not very consistent. And yeah, you have to take your time. And I think you'll win no matter what with these races because they have not finished these yet. But also you get to hear these early yeah, these early things, the gate passing sound effect. And you'll just hear Ginormous just laughing evilly if you enable the cool quotes for him. And some of the gates are placed differently. So yeah, just back into this. And we're gonna win this no matter what, because Count Spatula and Crippler really are just suck at this. It's not like in the final where they kind of give you a challenge. I mean, the AI still sucks in this, but yeah. Will you please shut up, Ginormous? Yeah, all you hear is just Ginormous laughing. If you enable the cool quotes, and I think this is why they disabled it, because they didn't want these glitches to happen. And he's not reset yet. I'm not sure if there's even if you can even reset yourself. I mean, you can the wrong way, but. But actually you can't because waypoints are programmed differently for regular races. Hence why there's no leaderboard thing, how far ahead you are of the character. And all of the passing codes are disabled for whatever reason. I don't know why,
but they are. Trophy mine! Trophy pretty!
Oh yeah, and also the names, they they go past the times, which makes it hard to read. And all the monster trucks that go at the same time, and they didn't even complete a lap, which is sad. And yeah, no wonder why they shortened Count Spatula's name in the final. And Cribbler's, I guess, is kind of the same case, and they still have not finished they haven't done the Mater thing, and same thing goes for McQueen, by the way. So yeah, so it's time for save state yet again. So now let's go. So all that's left is the team relays. And I'm going to do Team Relay 3, which is what it's called in the final game, because it's quite a ride. Because it's the most interesting so far. But anyway, so first things first, when you load up the Team Relays, you're treated to 3 lightnings, and you can actually even have 3 lightnings of all lightning teams if you ever so want. So let's go and pick let's see which team. We're gonna go Snotrod. Let's go with Koji, and whichever character has a weird thing. Let's go with yeah, Doc has like a cursed thing. But let's go with let's go with Fillmore. And yeah, we're gonna go Koji. So yeah. And also, by the way, in this build of Mater National, you can actually still select two players can still select the same character. I wonder if the code for the team relays and the multiplayer actually share a similar code, or if not the same code. Hence why you cannot select the same character in the final version of the game. And oh yeah, and also in story mode you can actually switch whatever character you want, and with a simple ATY edit, like you can in Racerama. So yeah, the final release kind of sucks compared to this. So yeah, I mean the final release is fine and all, but I mean it's more polished. But even then, it's just they just hardcore hardcode stuff for no reason. And there's the instructions, and they're all normal. So that seems like in the final game, right? Oh yeah, and also by the way, the freaking stuff is just it goes past the thing. So okay, let's restart because the countdown. Okay, let's go and save state again, shall we? Because the thing just went AFK. Anyway, let's go and do the same relay as before. Pick the same characters. Let's go and pick Snarod, Doc, and Koji. So anyway, so that was kind of a waste of time. So let's just wait for this to do its thing, shall we? And it shouldn't take too long, hopefully, because it was kind of quick last time. Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, here we go. So the thing looks normal, but as you can see, the HUD looks very different. The next car is labeled on the top right, all the while it just shows how far behind you are with a certain car, and actually it's on the right, while the next car's on the left. Yeah, my bad. Well, it's my left, and I'm just looking at how my arms are positioned. the game right now. And also, this is one of the very few events programmed with randomized AI, so there's that. I think Snarrod is very overpowered, like he was in final. It's like that I felt bad for him, how he was treating towards the video game when he was slow as molasses. Yeah. Okay, so we're coming up to the Tat car, so there's a big difference. All right, so let's go and miss this. Let's go and miss this. Let's go and miss the relay on purpose, the tag on purpose. Also, Mater's tips have not been implemented in yet, so let's hit Giovanni. Oh yeah, and also the cars are sideways for whatever reason. Flo just died. I think paint jumps are disabled for this stuff because no randomized paint job even showed up.
That'll put a kick in your
And Flo just keeps dying. You never usually pick multiple paint jobs, but in theory you could. You just need to replace the main texture. It's not even that hard.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna go here, and the relay engines are not even finished yet. So, all right. So first things first. Let's go ahead and just take the shortcut. Yeah, and Doc is actually just as cursed as he was in Cars Racerama. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, look at Koji. He's acting weird. Look at him. Yeah, he's like that. And the arrow, and of course they actually already have the relay codes added in, and they have relay sound effects, which I wish they kept, but they never actually had. So that's sad. So yeah.
見てなかったの？わあ、修理して。
Okay, so we're gonna try and catch up to Flo, but I'm not sure if Flo's gonna have enough. But Koji's pretty overpowered here. So we might catch her. But she took the shortcut. There's like no going back after that.
見てなかったの？
All because I wanted to show how weird Koji was. And I'm not gonna retry the level because and there's no yeah, of course there's like no win quotes enabled yet, so this is a bit unfinished. So yeah, as you can see, Goodman's team won, and yeah, and yeah, there's no, and like I said, there's no tips for this yet. So let's go ahead and let's see, save state. Let's see, load state, MM beta. All right, let's go and check out the mini games. So Mike and Sully's last laugh. So Mike and Sully's last laugh is kind of interesting. We'll show that in a bit. Fuel Frenzy. So I'm not going to do tractor tipping because it's kind of the same as it was in the final game. It's just yeah, and of course motion controls because they use that for this version of the game. And yeah, but tractor tipping is basically the same, but the tractors look very cursed. And also they still have GameCube leftovers, which is interesting. Ramon's Terrific Rumble I'm not even gonna do because, well, the minigame sucks. And then Magossi Mater, all the levels are actually beatable, unlike in the final version of the Wii. And, Race and Chases are also pretty interesting, so we're just gonna look at, like, half of the minigames here. Oh yeah, kinda the half. And let's go start with Mike and Sully's Last Laugh. So, let's go with, Sully, there's Mike, so let's go Sully.
Oh yeah, let's go to work. I'm ready.
So I think the key difference here is that, that the, minigame, that there's, like, placeholder laughs, for both Mike and Sully. And, I'm only gonna show Sully's. And I think I picked Sully because I can actually push around Mike pretty easily, because Sully's big and Mike is small. So, yeah, that's kind of the only reason why I'm being Sully for this. So, yeah. Also, the monster truck cameras have not been implemented in for the select screen yet, so that's why you can barely even see Sully on the select screen. Like I said, this game was built onto Mater Nash was built onto Cars the video game. And Sully, of course, is a different icon. Mike is barely different, but he's similar, but not the same. Okay, I think we screwed ourselves up. Because I want to turn down the volume for the music. Okay, there we go. And Mike just goes backwards while Sully's AI, literally does nothing at all. As you can see, the laugh is different, and yeah, the map is different, and I don't think they talk in this minigame. Okay, so obviously, no matter what, you're always winner. Basically, big rigs over road racing, but made a Cars edition. Let's go and see where Mike is. Mike! Oh, there he is. He's still driving backwards. Yeah, he doesn't even react when I bump into him. That's funny. And now he's in the impound lot, I think. I don't know where he is. Oh, he got away here. Oh yeah, I can definitely, oh yeah, those little things from Cars the video game, the theater, wooden boards, yeah, they're still here. You can even drive through them if you want. Which is funny. Let's see if there's any Cars the video game left over in this map. I think there are some, but not everything's here. Like in the final game, you can even see how far you can get. And also the collision is actually the same as it was in Cars the video game, so you might go through Lightning McQueen's Racing headquarters, which actually looks finished. But yeah, the shed's still here, but you can actually go through this, and yeah. And also the freaking sign is still here. Yeah, there's coming soon Racing headquarters. Yeah, they teased that in Cars the video game. And they knew that this team was going to exist. Can you even go through this? No, it's still there. There's still a collision for that. And in exploration mode, there's like a placeholder of how they were going to work this out, so yeah. Even though it works fine in Cars the video game, so I don't see any point in that. I think this sound effect was actually it. You can actually hear this sound effect in one of the beta teasers. So it's nice to see that we actually have this. And now it's just me, and Mike is he's gone from existence. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah, can you even... Yeah, you can destroy Ramon Enclose's house fences if you want to in this minigame. Because I don't think they did the become a monster again thing. And, yeah. That's basically it. So, Sully's AI does nothing, but Mike's AI just drives backwards. So, yeah, that's basically the result of Mike and Sully's last laugh in the international beta. Basically big rigs, but, much more entertaining. Film Wars Nature Preserve, Film Wars Fuel Frenzy, I'm just gonna do this. I'm probably just play on Rookie because, well, yeah. And, I'm gonna play as, let's see. Let's go and play as Sheriff. Yeah, this video is about to be like an hour long, so, yeah. So that's interesting. So this is gonna be basically like an hour of international beta stuff. I mean, at least I'm talking the whole way through, so you guys don't have to be like, bored of long loading screens or whatever. So, yeah. So yeah, they saw the instruction. Oh yeah, big difference. There's no AI here at all. So you can actually, and the sound effects are different too. If we get a small one. I'm glad that they changed the sound effects for this, because they're not as annoying. And it kind of sounds like an actual, it sounds like an actual car filling up. And I only did this on Rookie, so you can just have 2 laps. Because it's pretty long. And maybe I should have been Fillmore, because Fillmore's just a character who does the Film Wars Nature Preserve thing. It's kind of funny that the Rust Bucket Race actually played the High Speed Heist. One of the last songs you would ever expect to be in a Rust Bucket Race. And I just want to see what happens when you complete the Fuel Frenzy minigame, because it's actually never gotten really that far in this prototype. I barely even touched it before I recorded this video, so yeah. Yeah, you can actually still set a new record if you want. So let's just sit here and I guess we can just listen to what the coasting sound effects will sound like.
You're a model of taste and conservation.
Well, I did complete the fuel thing, Fillmore. Anyway, so it just shows lightning by default because I don't know why, but it just does. Yeah, no AI is here at all, so nothing to ruin your day. So let's go and go to let's go and go race and chase just to wrap this up. Let's go and do level. Let's see. Let's go level 4. See if there's anything different. I never actually played this with that, but and this one also has randomized AI. So I'm actually gonna rock Snarrod for this one because of the dev note, the infamous dev note that the devs made for the final game, which is that Snarrod's acceleration was too high for Race and Chase, so they had to swap him with Luigi, aka this guy. So let's go and pick Snarrod. And Snarrod is normally not playable in the prototype because he only has playable data from the prototype that was left over from that made into its game, and he also doesn't have a CS animation thing. So yeah, I actually made that myself, and yeah, and maybe a few cross references here and there, but yeah, I made Snarrod work on CSS in this build, so it shouldn't take too long, hopefully. And after this, I'll probably end the video, so here we go. Oh yeah, here's Emma. As you can see, there's like a target there, and if you tag Emma, you'll actually have the target yourself. And you cannot drive backwards. Yeah, Emma, did you take driver's ed? Never. Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, you can't drive backwards in the Race and Chase while you have the target. I think that's the case. Actually, before we go to the arrow, let's go and go to this area. Let's go here because this part's a bit interesting. Yeah, they still have like leftover trailer things from Cars the video game. There's no collision yet. And they actually have their movie numbers instead of their Cars the video game numbers. So, I mean, it's not that interesting, but yeah, it's something. Where's Emma? Oh, there she is. Look at her face, it's funny. Man, she's just stuck here. I just want to know if you can actually drive backwards while not pulling the target.
It's my job to stay ahead of guys like you.
Yeah, actually you cannot drive backwards here at all. Holy crap. Look at that. Emma, take her ass over here. Snarrod, west for the holy ass. Emma, get over here. There we go. Now let's go in and go and do this. And it still does the same thing, so yeah. Alright, so that's basically all I wanted to show off in the Cars National Beta. And I'll link all different videos in the description below if you want to see all the different stuff that I did not showcase in this prototype, but I just basically showed off the major highlights. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this hour-long video, and I'll see you guys later.